So Crown Dancer comes in. They're lined and ready. Prize of Cambridge, 1600. Bold Hero in 1. Raging Brook just a little fidgety. Capistrano Bell is ready. Oaky Babe, the mount of Peter Johnson set. And racing, and Goldberry dropped to the rear soon after. Oaky Babe joined it back there as well. Magic Forces led out Crown Dancer, and they're followed by Bold Hero driving up on the inside rail. Favourite Bergier is going to settle next. 13.50 to go. Followed Raging Brook, then a gap of 2 to Capistrano. 1.5 then to Goldberry, recovering after a slow start. Followed by Yes on the inside, and the grey on the outside is Oaky Babe. 50 metres to go, 8 lengths first to last, and Bold Hero, it's made the lead, but there's the favourite Bergier in the hands of Alan Peard, moving up alongside its girths. 1.5 to Crown Dancer. There followed 9.50 to go by Raging Brook. 2.5 away to Magic Force, followed by Capistrano Bell and Goldberry. Oaky Babe is second last, and Yes is still at the tail of the field. They're about to move off the back. 800 metres to run. Bold Hero doing it nicely by a length and a half. Bergier followed by Raging Brook, then Crown Dancer 2 away. The big shortener in the race. Magic Force followed Goldberry. Then we've got Capistrano Bell on the outside. Oaky Babe on the rail, and Yes the tail ender. 600 metres to go now in the prize of Cambridge. They come towards a bend. Bold Hero about to be joined by Bergier. Crown Dancer appears to be going pretty well third. There followed Raging Brook and Magic Force. Capistrano heads the others as they go for home at the 450. Bergier, Crown Dancer moving up alongside. There followed Raging Brook, Magic Force. Then we've got Bold Heroes battling now. Yes, Capistrano Bell down past the 250, and Crown Dancer's made the lead. Magic Force then Bergier, the favourites only battling. Yes, down the outside with Oaky Babe. Crown Dancer in front. Magic Force a length and a half away, looking to close in the Rogers and Horton colours. In behind them the grey Oaky Babe and Bergier, and Yes, but Crown Dancer kept going, and Crown Dancer too good for Magic Force. Third at the line is Bergier from Oaky Babe, then Yes, then Raging Brook, Capistrano Bell. In behind them came Goldberry, and Bold Hero, after racing handy early, has pulled up in last posse.
Well, certainly that runner from the Graham Rogerson stables run a very good race at good each-way odds. But Crown Dancer, number 4's beaten them. $6.50 for the win and $1.80 for a place. 10 Magic Force, $4.50, and 1 Bergier at $1.20. 4.10.1 past the post. Race 1 New Zealand. Race 2 New Zealand from Riccarton coming up in 9 minutes, and 1 Japari at $9.20. And then we've got 2 Dazzling Dancer, $4.40, 3 Royal Kiwi, $4.30, 6.40 Flint Star, Ice Prince, $8.50, Eric the Red, $8.90, King's Appeal, $12, and 8 Mariba is at $13, and Right on Balance is at $15. It's race 2 New Zealand. All the support at this stage is for the 1, and that is Japali. Now these divs very quick on the first from New Zealand. 4 Crown Dancer, ridden by Miss Linda Ballantyne, $6.50 and $1.80. 10 Magic Force, ridden by Opie Bosson, $4.50, and 1 Bergier, ridden by A Paired, $1.20. The Quinella, $53.80. The Trifecta, $253.20. And the New South Wales Exacta Dividend, 4 and 10, $76.70 on race 1 from New Zealand. And the second there is coming up in about 9 minutes' time on the other Zealand. This time we're going to Riccarton and linking up with our New Zealand feed.
And then Brown, ridden by the whiz kid Michael Walker, and on the third line here, number 4, which is Flint Star, one of the local horses, and the mount of Thomas Russell. Let's join Rion Murtha.
Line up at the 1,200 metres. The favourite for the race, Japari and Mark Sweeney. They're racing. They jump out. Flint Star missed the start a little bit. Best out as Mariba made a great beginning, head straight to the lead, and was followed out by Royal Kiwis, fairly handy. Dazzling Dancer wider out on the track, and Ice Prince is up with them. So's Eric the Red, and just in behind them, Right on Balance. Now as they race down at the end of the first 300 metres, and Mariba in front. Right beside it now is Eric the Red and Dazzling Dancer, and further out Royal Kiwi. In behind them, Ice Prince up on the inside of Right on Balance. Just pulling a little bit for its head. Flint Star's got back, and so too now is King's Appeal as they race across the top, and Japari, the favourite, being angled into the centre by Mark Sweeney. 400 metres left to run, a little bit more. 450 as they come round the corner, and the leader, Mariba, the inside, being joined by Eric the Red, about 2 lengths away. Then Flint Star making ground down on the inside. Right on Balance in the blue and white, and further out on the track, Dazzling Dancer. At the moment, Mariba trying to hold them off. right on balance in the centre of the track, and just between them Eric the Red, and further out Dazzling Dancer, then Flint Star. 50 metres to go, and Mariba all the way win here, and Mariba's going to hold on, right on balance. Dazzling Dancer running into fourth would have been Ice Prince, wider out on the track when they crossed. Japari getting home late, but too late in fact. Up on the inside of them was Flint Star, and then Royal Kiwi. They were followed by Eric the Red, and a gap back to King's Appeal. Well,
the first starter has blown punters out. Mariba are gelding by Racer's Edge out of Tricky Pearl. $43.60, $8.60. The second horse, the first starter as well, and probably similar odds, if not worse. Right on balance, number 9, a filly by Strasbrook out of Swift Row, $10.40, and 2 Dazzling Dancer at $2. A filly who has had a few starts. She'd have been a last start winner at Oamaru. So 8, 9 and 2 across the line. Race 2 at New Zealand. We'll be expecting some pretty fair dividends on that one. The third at New Zealand, a hurdle coming up in 12 minutes. Just Grouse, 30. Danyon, $6.50. $4 for Sovereign Robe. Man of Glory, 14. Hooter Bedford, 10. Jimmy John, $4.80. And Gold Line is at $14. Grenville's a scratching. And then to $11 for Lanavi, Oh My Deal 10, Chewydale Dream 45, and Whistler at $11. The two value tips from New Zealand at this stage, 1 and 5 for the third. New Zealand coming up in 12. On the race just run, race 2, number 8 Mariba, ridden by P. Richards, $43.60 and $8.60. 9 Right on Balance, $10.40, ridden by L. Mumby, and 2 Dazzling Dancer, ridden by M. Hampton, $2. The Quinella, $309.40. The Trifecta, $1,060.10, and the Exacta, $1,015.90. Two of the roughies, first and second, 2 first starters. 892, race 2 from New Zealand, and we return to Te Rapa for the next in about 12 minutes' time. In the meantime,
thanks, Andre. We're just waiting for Sovereign Robe to go up. Sovereign Robe in the red and white. They're lined, ready. Wholesale Waikato Sunbeam hurdle. Just a short run up to the first fence. Man of Glory, Jason Pekin 1. Set racing, and Just Grouse began pretty well. Nothing began better than Sovereign Robe or Danyon. Danyon took it narrowly from Sovereign Robe. They all made the first. Wider out then to Trigger. They're followed as they settle down now by Tuidale Dream. Man of Glory's up in the leading group with Jimmy John poised, and behind him and Hooter Bedford. At the second on the journey, they all made it. Oh My Deal's taking it at the back of the field. Just Grouse, after making a good beginnings, drifted second last with Lanavi and Hooter Bedford. Charging towards the third in the straight. Danyon over nicely. Trigger's had a life. The rider's round the horse's neck. He's clinging for dear life, but no, he's lost his attempt to stay on board. So Trigger's the first casualty as the big bold chestnut. Danyon measured that next fence beautifully. Up and over by 4 lengths to Man of Glory. The rider of Whistler is Aaron Tarter. He's up on his feet. He's okay. As they make the turn now, it's Danyon by 4 lengths from Man of Glory, settled nicely second. Lying third, Sovereign Robe. On the outside now is Tuidale Dream, and there followed Just Grouse, Hooter Bedford. Jimmy John came next to Lanavi and Oh My Deal, 2.5 away, and about 8 lengths off the pacemaker. Round they work, 1,450 to go, and the leader is Danyon by 3. Man of Glory getting every chance in the trail. On the outside is Sovereign Robe. 1.5 away is Tuidale Dream from Just Grouse. In behind Just Grouse in the black and white, Hooter Bedford. Jimmy John's moving forward. Next fence loomed up. They jumped that in good fashion. Lanavi second last, and Oh My Deal is 4 lengths away. Down they work towards the next fence by the 1,100 metres, and the leader is Danyon. Danyon the favourite going into the fence and came out 1.5 lengths to the good. Man of Glory's jumping pretty proficiently in second spot. Sovereign Robe moved round the outside of it, and they're followed by Tuidale Dream as they move to the next fence down the far side. Then we've got Just Grouse and Jimmy John. 2.5 then to Hooter Bedford, been niggled out about 8 lengths away Lanarvi and Oh My Deal. 700 metres to go. Danion's travelling extra. A neck in front of Sovereign Robe. Jimmy John's moved up stylishly third. They're followed by Just Grouse. Further back, Man of Glory. Hooter Bedford's running on under a hard ride. Further back to Tui Dao Dream, Oh My Deal and Lanarvi. But they come towards a corner in the Waikato Sunbeam Hurdle event, and the leader is now Sovereign Robe. Took over Sovereign Robe by 2.5 to Jimmy John. Just Grouse. Danion's battling fourth. Then Hooter Bedford coming to jump to second last now, and Sovereign Robe up from Jimmy John. In between runners now is Hooter Bedford and also Just Grouse. Further back to Daniel and Man of Glory. Coming towards the last one by the 250. It's Sovereign Robe on the inside. At the fence from Jimmy John. Hooter Bedford, Just Grouse, 150 metres to go. It's going to be a ding-dong finish, I think. Sovereign Robe just in front. Just Grouse is trying to reach it, and the outside Jimmy John and Hooter Bedford, but Sovereign Robe draws clear in the closing stages. Beat Just Grouse, Hooter Bedford third, then Jimmy John, gap back to Man of Glory, Oh My Deal. Danion couldn't come on, Tui Dao Dream. Further back Lanarvi, who's one of the last ones to be pulled up.
$5.81.70 for 3 Sovereign Robe, 1 Just Grouse 260, 5 Hooter Bedford 240, 315. I don't want to chew up too much time because we've got to go to Caulfield, but I really think we have to have another look at this incredible incident. Down the straight the first time, the horse on the outside there in the turquoise colours. The rider is AJ Tata. He's off. He's hanging on for dear life. He tried very hard to get back on board, but unfortunately this is where he started to slip, and down he went. Okay, no damage done to AJ or the horse, but he was desperately trying to hang on. Now, New Zealand race 4's in 15 minutes. 12 for ACD, 18 Philibeg, Kara Cum 20, Our Aspiration 980, De Beer Zahir 530, 27 doubles, and Billy McGee at $7.60. And that's for race 4. Count 5, 7, 34 Let's Tango, My Kind of Girl 8, 10, 19 Sprite, 840 The Runaway Lover, and Lots of Ice is at $15 for the 4th at New Zealand in 14. Lots of Ice. Now, the previous race, and Sovereign Robe, $5.81.70, ridden by G. Murray, 1 Just Grouse 260, 5 Hooter Bedford 240, the Quinella 1860, the Trifecta 237.50, and the New South Wales Exacta $35.90 on race 3 at New Zealand. Now we're heading to Caulfield, where Greg Miles and Simon Marshall are standing by. Good morning to you both.
Morning, Matthew. Morning, everyone. We're really happy chappies today. Simon, your footy team won last night.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. What a game, Greg. I was there, and well, the boys' first final in a long, long time, and very proud of them last night. And might I say, I lost my voice halfway through the third quarter.
Well, you did it the right way.
How was Darwin?
Darwin was just fantastic. Had a couple of super days racing. They were very proud of what they produced up there. All the figures were up, and the racing was fantastic. But afterwards was even better. A mate of mine, Ray Catamel, took me down the Mary River fishing all day and just had one of the best days of my life.
Did you really?
It was brilliant.
Well
Crocodiles
done,
from here to there. Brilliant sunshine. It's a different world. Jabberoos as tall as you, walking around on the banks.
Jabberoos.
Yep.
What are they after, other two? Huh?
Shag on a rock. There's plenty of them there too.
Oh, yeah, well, fair enough. Lovely to have you back and smelling your zoop aftershave, Greg. Let's get into the first.
We've got a heavy track. Rails out 8 metres. And so
Here's a here. Stablemate Sprite races in a white cap a bit further out. Our Aspiration, they're racing, and as they jump out, Billy McGee and the Runaway Lover missed it. Normally first out, but missed the start. Kara comes away well. It'll be the early leader, doubles in behind. Count 5 in the centre. The Beers are here, a little further out in the track. Lots of Ice, and My Kind of Girl going up to join them. Let's Tango right on the outside. They were followed in behind horses now by the Runaway Lover, trying to recover. RCD doubles getting back in the field, and wider out Philibeg, and going to the back is Billy McGee. They race down the side 700 metres away from home, and Kara Cum the leader, joined by Let's Tango, My Kind of Girl. In behind them the Runaway Lover, followed then by Sprite. The Beers are here next to that, and further out RCD, Count 5 just in behind the leaders, and they were followed a bit further back by Doubles and Lots of Ice. Down the straight 350 metres to go. Kara Cum, Let's Tango, and My Kind of Girl. Count 5, no room in behind them. RCD RCD, and De Beers are here, and the Runaway Lover getting to the front as RCD. De Beers are here. Cara Come, Let's Tango, and in behind those My Kind of Girl, Forget, Count 5, didn't get a go, not being persevered with, and Billy McGee coming from the back. They race to the line. RCD got the money. RCD, De Beers are here. Billy McGee, a huge run from last. It was followed over on the outside by Lots of Ice. Then on the inside, Doubles and My Kind of Girl. Philly Big is followed by Cara Come, Let's Tango, Count 5, the Runaway Lover, Sprite, and at the back, Our Aspiration. I didn't see it at any part of the race, but it's finished at the back of the field when they crossed.
1, 6 and a photo, RCD, $10.30 and $2.70. 6 De Beer Zahir, $2.60, and it's a photo finish for third. We'll pass that on to you. 1, 6 and a photo. The next from Te Rapa, race 5, coming up in 12 minutes. False Claim at 19, 2 Alteria. Alterio's at 5, 4 Goo Lee 570, 5 Real Tonic 670. Zabil's Angel on the New Zealand TAB 6-4 on. A filly from the Jenny Vance stable. She won her second start at Ellerslie by 6 lengths, 380. 10 for Oraculus and Jadestone, $8.20, and then over to Payden at $8. That's the 5th New Zealand coming up in 11 minutes. And still on the previous event, it's 1, 6 and a photo on race 4. Until we get those placings and until the next race, New Zealand, we're heading to Eagle Farm, a feature race there today. Alan Thomas and Larry Olsen are standing by. Good morning to you both.
G'day, Matt, and good morning, everyone. We've got a beautiful day here at Eagle Farm, and we've got
going for a double for McLaughlin here today. 7 Horowitz to win from 1 Bianga and 2 Zuka, the same as you, except I reversed him.
All right. Race number 4, the Norris Motor Group handicap, and this...
We're just waiting now for the favourite, Zabil's Angel, to Lincoln. This is the Tyree 4 square, 1,200 metres, first leg of the TAB double. It's got very cold on trackside 2 this afternoon here off the course as they're set to go racing, and they jump. Oraculus, one of the first to break from Jadestone. Real Tonic and Zabil's Angel threading its way between runners. False Claims over on the outside. Gooley back on the inside of El Tiro, and 1.5 Pardon at the back of the field. Zabil's Angel grills the legs to go to the front on the favourite, led by a length and a half to Jadestone. Oraculus lying third on the inside of Real Tonic. False Claim, Gooley, and then we've got El Tiro second last with Pardon at the back of the field. They're off the back. They're at the 700 metre point now, and it's Zabil's Angel first to challenge a half on the outside. Jadestone 2.5 to Real Tonic, covering up Oraculus on the rail with False Claim out wider. Then Gulai followed by Old Tiro, and last of all is Pardon on the point of the turn in the Tyree 4 square, and Zabil's Angel. She's doing her work nicely, the Zabil mare, as she swings the corner by a length and a quarter. Jadestone, and they're followed by Real Tonic. Then False Claim down the outside. El Tiro, Gulai's not far away, and behind them Pardon. Oraculus is gone. Zabil's Angel's in front on the outside. Jadestone. Gulai is looking for racing room. False Claim and Real Tonic looks the big danger. Zabil's Angel claimed by Real Tonic in out wider. False Claim and Gulai. Real Tonic, False Claim and Gulai. Real Tonic in front. Real Tonic, big Gulai and False Claim. Zabil's Angel's fourth, followed by Old Tiro, then Pardon and Jadestone, and Oraculus is the last one to run by.
New Zealand race number 5, and the winner there, number 5, Real Tonic, looks to have just lasted. $9.70, $2.80, 4 Gulai, $2.40, and 1 False Claim at $2.60. 5-4-1 past the post on the 5th. The next event from New Zealand, race 6, coming up in 17 when we go back to Riccarton, and Bullion number 1's at $23. 21 for Country Classic, 3 Drizzle $4.60, 4 Go VJ $14, 6 Kinnair $4.30, 7 Leilani $8.80, and 8 Mariva is at $11. 9's out, Micro Powers at $6.50, Swell $8.70, and $11 for Girl Warrior, the 6th event coming up in 16 minutes' time. On the previous event from New Zealand, Real Tonic, trained by John Wheeler and ridden by M. Duplessis, $9.70 and $2.80. 4 Goo Lee, ridden by Opie Bosson, $2.40, and 1 False Claim, ridden by L. Hoffman, $2.60. The Cornello, $35. The Trifecta, $495.80, and the Exacta for New South Wales punters, $85.30 on race 5 from New Zealand. And the next there is due in about 12 minutes' time. In the meantime, we're heading to Sydney. Feature race meeting there today at Rosehill Gardens with the running of the Premier Stakes. Terry Bailey and Ken to go from New Zealand. The 7th race at Te Rapa is also a Class 1 over 1600. And the last race from New Zealand today at Riccarton, a very strong race. It's a quality, a $20,000 event over 2,000 metres. That race coming through at midday, Eastern Standard Time. They're wrapping number 6 in New Zealand. Ken Air, a 4-year-old grey gelding who's trained at the track. He's had 2 runs this time in. They've both been at his home track, Riccarton. First up, he was just beaten in a Class 1 over 1200 by La Maison, and then raced at Riccarton last Saturday and ran 3rd in a 1400 metre race. So he's gradually been building up over the distances. Today he steps up to 1600 metres, and he's had 2 goes at the mile previously for a minor placing. Drizzle 280 though, Micro Power 590, Swell 770. There's Leilani tumbling in a little bit now, $6.50, carrying a very famous name. This Leilani's a 5-year-old mare from Brookside. She's only had the 3 starts. She's a last start winner at Timaru over 1600 metres on a slow track. Our Leilani here in Australia was pretty good. She won a Caulfield Cup. Now let's head to New Zealand. They're set for race 6.
Mariva, they're off, and Mariva jumped well on the inside. Country Classic out fairly well, and dropping to the rear early, Swell and Girl Warrior. It's going to be Country Classic that hit the front though. Kinnear's taking a handy spot. Right with them is Micro Power. They were followed around them by Drizzle, heading them all off now to go to the front. After Micro Power, then they were followed the outside by Leilani. On the inside of that's Mariva. In amongst those horses then is Go VJ, Bullion around the outside, Swell. Not a great deal of pace on, and Girl Warrior at the back. They're really just cantering down the back at slow speed. Country Classic held its position in front to keep Drizzle out. Past the 1,000 metres they're about to run. They were followed in behind them by Micro Power, and over and behind that is Kinnear. It was followed the outside of horses then by Bullion. Up on the inside is Mariva. 2 lengths further back Go VJ. Girl Warrior making a bit of ground, and Swell's gone to the back of the field. They race down past the 800 metres, and the leader Country Classic. Just a narrow leader though. Right with it is Drizzle. Micro Power is there, so's Kinnear. They were followed in behind horses then, looking for room, Leilani. Up on the inside, Mariva. Round the corner they come, further out now as they race towards the turn. Bullion's a bit wide out, but he's well back with his stablemate Go VJ, and also back there Girl Warriors going for a run on the inside, and Swell. They race down the straight. Country Classic the leader. Country Classic, Kinnear, Micro Power now putting its best work in at the finish, and further back to Drizzle, followed by Girl Warrior, and hitting the rest Go VJ. Kinnear the outside, and Micro Power the inner, not very big, but Kinnear's just holding it out, and Kinnear goes to the line, wins it by about a neck from Micro Power, followed home by Country Classic, and then we've got Go VJ arriving outside of Girl Warrior. After those came Drizzle. It was followed by Swell, then came Bullion, Mariva and Leilani. So there it is, and you'll find it's a stout finish on the part of Kinnear, number 6, to get up and win it. The beautifully presented 4-year-old by Samir. Kinnear and Jamie Bates, and that and Micro Power, who's only diminutive by comparison to Kinnear. They fought it out all the way to the post. Country Classic, which looked a big threat halfway down the straight, just couldn't hold them off, and has held on for 3rd.
All right, that's race 6 New Zealand, 6-10-2, and the full list of dividends are about to come through, including the Quinella and Trifecta. We'll do those in a moment, but the 7th race New Zealand is due in 11 minutes' time, and it's a Class 1 also over 1,600 metres, as we see Kinnear going past those leaders, ridden by Jamie Bates in the orange and black colours there, and going on to score narrowly, but still decisively over Micro Power and Country Classic back in 3rd. Very healthy odds. 6-10-2 are the official placings on the 6th event from New Zealand. They've hit the line, and the jockey puts the whip away. 10 Kalichi, 15 Arawata Chief, I Know, 470. Kendall Leith at 10, 5's out. Malpaso Man, 460. Mohammed Star, 11. And 8 On the Wood is at $15. 18 for Polo Player, 10 Wa Zabenza, 9, 10 for Gothic, and 12 Mustad at $15. And that's race 7 Te Rapa, coming up in 11 minutes' time. dividends on the previous. 6 Kinnear, 610 190, ridden by Jamie Bates. 10 Micro Power, ridden by T Russell, 180, and 2 Country Classic, ridden by B Hurd, was third, 950 for a place. Quinella, $17, the trifecta $760.60, the exacta was $29, and the extra double combination of 1 and 6 paid $57.70 with a special div of $8.90. That's race 6 from New Zealand. In Adelaide today, they're racing at Morfettville, and we're pretty light on with scratchings. There's only 5 of them. Start winner at Te Rapa over 1600. Malpaso Man is trained by Michael Moroney at Matamata, and number 4, Kinderleaf, who's the favourite in New Zealand, a 5-year-old from Cambridge. 8 starts for the 1 win so far. That was a maiden win at Te Rapa back in June. He's had 3 starts since, including a second at Te Rapa over 1600 metres. Stay with us on Inside Running. After this New Zealand race, we'll be recapping all of our tips from the Inside Running program today, the rating specials, Tony Brassell's selections from earlier, and also our race callers' best bets. Let's head to New Zealand for race 7.
And the line is now complete. Magnum Industries 1600, second leg of our TAB treble. Real Tonic number 5, the Johnny Wheeler trained runner taking the first. They're lined and ready, Malpaso Man ready. And they're racing, and they clear the gates. Mustang and Gothic and Waza Benza with Khaleesi. They began pretty well, as did I Know. Dropping out last is going to be one back there. Polo Player getting back early too is Kinderleaf, and Malpaso Man drifted to third last, and it's about 9 over the field. As they settle down, they race into positions. I Know's nabbed the lead from Waza Benza. Khaleesi hopped into trail. On its outside now is Gothic. One back. Arawata Chief is followed in by On the Wood. Then we've got Mustad and Mohammed Star a length away. Malpaso Man followed a half. Kinderleaf and Polo Players the tail ender. It's a tightly knit field, 1,000 metres to go. Only 6 over the field now in the Magnum Industries. And the leader is I Know. I Know by a length over Khaleesi. Waza Benza's out on a bit of a limb out wide, followed by Gothic. They're followed down on the inside. Arawata Chief, then On the Wood a length away. Then is Mustad, is followed by Mohammed Star, then Polo Player, Malpaso Man and Kinderleaf, the race favourite, some 3 or 4 lengths further afield. They gallop round past the 650. I Know, joined by Waza Benza. Khaleesi is right on their heels, followed by Gothic. Arawata Chief in the black and white on the inner. On the Wood looking to improve, followed by Polo Player, then Mustad. Malpaso Man commenced its run from the rear of the field. Mohammed Star's back there as well, and Kinderleaf the favourite last. Waza Benza, 400 metres to go. Out centre track narrowly now to Khaleesi, and On the Wood. Gothic's coming into it. Malpaso Man widest of all. They line across the track. Khaleesi, On the Wood, Waza Benza, Gothic. Malpaso Man's to gather them up though quickly on the outside, and Malpaso Man, the showy chestnut with the white base, has gone away by 2 to Gothic. Kinderleaf, a late run from the back of the field. Malpaso Man, Gothic, and Khaleesi fights again on the inside. Khaleesi beat Gothic third, I think, on the inside. On the Wood nosed out Malpaso Man, Kinderleaf, and with them Mustad. That ran on. Then Waza Benza, Polo Player, Mohammed Star. Arawata Chief and I Know, after leading early, has come home last of all. Khaleesi, number 1. That's fought back. In front here, claimed by Waza Benza, and in the centre, as they come along On the Wood, Malpaso Man looked to have them covered as he put in his bid down the outside, hit the front. Khaleesi was fighting back and digging deep. On the Wood, Gothic, late run from Kinderleaf, the favourite. He was motherless on the bend, but Khaleesi's kick back to win it. It's going to be close for second. Khaleesi's home first. Second, well, from that angle, I'd say Gothic's got second ahead of On the Wood, Malpaso Man, and out wide Kinderleaf.
Yes, 1 and a photo, 11, Gothic, and 8 On the Wood of those 2 that are prominent there for second. 1 and a photo. We should get the result from the judge fairly soon, but in the meantime, let's look to the final event from New Zealand. And
in the world, these are topless starting stalls they have in New Zealand. An absolute winner for the Kiwis, and I would love to see them introduced here. Would save a lot of bruises and a lot of contusions. Righto, they're off and running. Here's Rion Murtha.
Left out to be in front, was followed out by Holding Company, and going up on the inside, the Ritz and Lady are late. Wider out to Blazing, further out now is Gold Regal. They're about 5 abreast, but they're sorting themselves out. Farina's up